So, children, let us begin with the virtual session of learning science. So, we are going to begin with components of food, that is lesson 2. What we will have to learn in this, we will see some of the main topics discussed in this chapter. What do different food items contain? Test for starch, test for protein, test for fats. What do various nutrients do to our body? Then balanced diet and deficiency diseases. So these are the main topics covered in this chapter. Chapter preview. You may have heard that each of the dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients which we get from plants or animals, and these ingredients contain some components that are needed by our body. In components of food, you will get question based on different components of food. In this chapter, you will study that these components are called nutrients, and the major nutrients in our food are proteins, fats, carbohydrate, vitamins and minerals. So this is a chapter preview. You are going to write down the terms, definition, concepts in your notebook very neatly, and you have to make index and you have to write the topic in the index as well. So nutrition, the process of intake of food and its utilization by our body is known as nutrition. So different types of food we eat and they provide us nutrition. Why we need nutrition? To give us energy to do work. So nutrition is extremely important for us. Please take down the definition, children. Then what are nutrients? A substance that provides nourishment essential for the maintenance of life and for growth. Our food has 5 major nutrients: proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals. In addition to these nutrients, water and roughage are also important parts of our food. Water and roughage do not have any food value, so they are not considered to be nutrient. But they are very important. Water and roughage are important for us to get rid of the unwanted, undigested food from our body. So it helps in eliminating the undigested part or excretion process is being held by water and roughage. So it is also very important. Proteins. Containing proteins are known as body building foods. Proteins supply the body with materials to make new cells which build the body and make it grow. Proteins also gives materials which repair the damaged body cells. Thus proteins are needed for the growth and repair of our body. Children need more protein than adults because of the rapid growth of their body. Do you all agree, children? Yes. Sources of proteins: milk, milk products, eggs, meat, fish, pulses, beans, soya bean, peas, groundnut are some rich sources of proteins. So this is having a high content of proteins. So one should have all these in their diet. Carbohydrates. I hope you are writing, children. So now we will discuss carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the main source of energy. Sugar and starch are the two important carbohydrates found in our body, in our food. So sugars are simple carbohydrates. They are digested and absorbed quickly, and therefore they are source of quick energy. So that's why when you are tired, you usually take glucose that provide quick energy. Sugars are found in grapes, in apples, plums, bananas and pears. Honey also contains sugars. Sugar is also added to sweet food items like biscuits and candies. Please take down these points, children. Then starch. Starch is a complex carbohydrate. A complex carbohydrate found in foods such as rice, bread, chapatis, cornflakes, potatoes and sweet potatoes is starch. So when we eat this food item, then we take starch carbohydrate in our body. So, and this starch carbohydrate provides energy to our body. Complex carbohydrate need to be broken into simple carbohydrates for digestion. So for example, starch is converted into simple sugar for digestion and absorption in our body. Please take down this in your notebook. Now fats. Like carbohydrates, fats also provide energy to our body. Therefore, the foods containing fats and carbohydrates are called energy giving foods. Fats provide almost double the amount of energy as compared to carbohydrates. They are considered as a storehouse of energy. The body stores fat under the skin and around the organs. The body uses this stored fat to get energy when food is not available. The stored fat also keeps the body warm in cold weather. Fat is essential for brain development. So you should understand the importance of fat as well. It's not like always you keep away from fatty foods. You need to have some amount of fats in your food. Like plant sources of fats, you have groundnut oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, sesame oil, nuts like almonds and cashew. Animal sources of fats, butter, ghee, cream, cheese, milk, egg and meat. So please write down this in your notebook, children. So now let us see what do various nutrients do to our body. Vitamin type A sources green leafy vegetables, oranges, carrots, pumpkin, soy, sweet potatoes. Functions forms and helps maintain bones, skin, tissue and teeth. Deficiency disease, color blindness, night blindness, poor visibility at night. So you have to draw this in your notebook and write it down, children. Now vitamin type B1, that is thiamine, sources will be dried herbs, sunflower seeds, whole grain cereals, sesame seeds, brown rice. Functions will be enable cells to turn carbohydrate into energy. Deficiency disease, beriberi, loss of appetite and loss of weight. So you have to write down this table in your notebook. Then what do various nutrients do to our body? Again we are going to do vitamin B12, B2. So over here you can make a continuous table and you can continue writing the vitamin type, sources, function and deficiency disease till we complete the table. So here we are going to see vitamin B2, that is riboflavin. Sources almonds, asparagus, bananas, green beans, wheat bran, dried spices. Function main body growth and RBCs, that is red blood cells. Deficiency disease caused due to this skin disorder and your chillosis, breaking of leaves. So please make a note, you are going to continue writing that table. Then again vitamin B12, that is cyanocobalamin. Here you will have sources mutton, fish, beef, lobster, clams, eggs, oyster, crab. Functions will be helps to maintain central nervous system and RBCs. Deficiency, pale skin, lack of RBC, less stamina and less appetite. So you continue writing the table. Once you make the table, you continue the row of the table. Then vitamin C sources fresh herbs, cauliflower, papaya, oranges, strawberry, guava. Function promotes healthy gums and teeth. Deficiency diseases, scurvy, gum diseases and that is gum disease called as gingivitis. Next you are going to continue that table. Then vitamin D sources will be sunshine, mushrooms, liver, fish and eggs. Function necessary for the healthy development of bones and teeth. Deficiency disease, rickets, osteomalacia, weakening and softening of bones. So vitamin D, sunshine early in the morning is extremely important for our body to get vitamin D. So you are going to continue with the table. Then vitamin E, soybean oil, red chili powder, pine, nuts, apricots, green olives and cooked spinach. Now function over here helps in processing vitamin K and formation of RBCs. Deficiency will be muscle weakness and transmission problem in nerve impulses. So you are going to continue with the table. Now vitamin K, you have sources green leafy vegetables, soybean oil. Functions essential for blood coagulation. And deficiency disease will be excessive bleeding from wound. So vitamin K is also extremely important for our body because then it will lead to excessive bleeding from wound if you have injury. Then the five major minerals and their sources of food we have over here. So you can see the picture, the five major minerals we needed in a body: calcium, iron, potassium, zinc and magnesium. Minerals are required in very small quantity in our body, but then absence of the minerals will lead to many disorders or diseases in the body. Therefore, they are extremely important. So minerals are used by the body to perform various functions like building strong bones, maintaining the heartbeat, making hormones. The five minerals are calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium and potassium. Examples of mineral rich foods are leafy vegetables, fish and beans and etc. So minerals are extremely important and they perform various functions in our body. Therefore, you should have all these leafy vegetables and try to have food which is rich in minerals. Then mineral type calcium. Sources you have tofu, dairy products, salmon, cabbage, kale and broccoli. Functions essential for the efficient functioning of nervous system and healthy bones. Deficiency disease, weakness lower than normal bone density and stunted growth. So mineral calcium is extremely important. You need to have a proper intake of calcium, otherwise it will lead to various illness of bones and stunted growth. Stunted means it will stop the growth of the body. Phosphorus present in lean meats, grain and milk, and function is essential for the maintenance of acid base balance in the body. So deficiency will be loss of appetite, bone fragility, muscle weakness and poor physics. So your poor physique means you will have a very thin or very weak type of body structure. So you should have phosphorus rich food as well, because it is extremely important for the proper functioning and development of the body. Please take it down in your notebook, children. Now iodine sources will be green leafy vegetables, seafood, iodized salt. For function, formation of thyroid hormone and deficiency disease, goiter, enlargement of thyroid gland, mental disability. And mineral like sodium, sources table salt, celery. Function helps keep control on blood pressure. Deficiency disease, nausea and irritability. So all these minerals, though it required in very small quantity in the body, but the requirement is a must. It is extremely needed by our body for proper functioning. Iron present in whole grain, eggs, leafy vegetables and meats. It is essential for hemoglobin formation in the RBC. Anemia, that is weakness. Anemia cause weakness, fatigue, shortness of breath. So a condition where you lack iron in your RBC, then that condition is called anemia and it causes big fatigue and shortness of breath. I hope you are writing, children, to make the table and write all this. So now dietary fibers, what is the importance of dietary fibers and roughage? While dietary fibers do not provide any such nutrition to our bodies, but nevertheless are very important component of food. They help in easy absorption of food, helps in movement of bowels and prevents constipation. It helps our body get rid of undigested food. Cereals, fruits and vegetables are some of the roughage rich food. So as I spoke earlier about the importance of dietary fibers and roughage, water and roughage extremely important to get or eliminate get rid of or eliminate the unwanted digested food from the body. Otherwise it will collect toxicity in the body and it will lead to many illness and disorders. So please take it down, children. Water performs the essential function. You all know that the absorption of nutrients from a body only takes place because of presence of water. It helps in releasing waste from a body and from in the form of sweat and urine. So water extremely important for the proper functioning of the body. In each every cells require water to function properly. So every living organism needs water to survive and to carry out various cellular activities. Balanced diet. A balanced diet is one that contains a variety of food items providing different types of nutrients in adequate amounts. It is necessary for maintaining good health. The diet should contain a good amount of dietary fiber and water as well. So a balanced diet includes combination of protein rich pulses, sprouted seeds with combination of various flours and cereals for carbohydrates and fats, along with fruits and vegetables, which provides the necessary vitamins and minerals. So one should have a proper diet, a balanced diet. Excess of anything or deficiency of any vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, proteins and all will lead to unbalanced diet and eventually it will deteriorate the health. So one should always have a balanced diet. Please take it down, children. So balanced diet you continue over here. In addition, to make sure that the rate of right amount of food is eaten, it should also be ensured that food is properly cooked, so it does not end up losing nutrients. So food should be properly cooked and it should not lose nutrients while cooking, because when you cook in excess water, if you overcook some food item, they will lose nutrients. So we should take care of that. Repeated washing of fruits, pulses, rice and vegetables can result in the loss of essential vitamins and minerals. Throwing away excess water which is used for cooking vegetables can result in the loss of considerable amounts of important proteins and minerals present in them. So it is a well-known fact that vitamin C get destroyed when you heat it. So during cooking, when you heat it, vitamin C get destroyed. So you have to be very careful. You should not cook in a very high flame, or you take care of vitamin C so that you get proper nutrients or nourishment. Obesity. What is obesity? Obesity is a medical condition that results from excess intake of fats-rich food. The excess fats gets accumulated to such an extent that it starts negatively affecting one's health, well-being and the ability to carry out certain activities. So excess of intake of fat-rich food. That's why I told you you should have a balanced diet. Fats required in the body, but in some amount, excess of fat will lead to a condition called obesity, where you gain too much of weight, and that will lead to many other disorders and illness. So you should take care that you should have a proper diet. So this you should write in your notebook. Now you see people having excess food, people having junk food, how much weight they gain, and it's so difficult. They physical activities getting restricted to one place because of the body weight. So one should be always careful with the diet. Now assignment is textual exercise. You just need to do this exercise in your notebook. You have to write the answers for this. Name the major nutrients in a food. Second one, name the following the nutrients which mainly give energy to a body. Second of this, name the following the nutrients that are needed for the growth and maintenance of a body. Third, name the following a vitamin required for maintaining good eyesight. Fourth, name the following a mineral that is required for keeping our bones healthy. Name two foods each rich in the following: fats, starch, dietary fiber, proteins. So you have to name any two food items which are rich in fats, starch, dietary fiber and protein. So here we end the session, children. Now children, you have to draw this diagram in your notebook. Major nutrients of food, they are fats, proteins, minerals, water, roughage, vitamins, carbohydrates. So please draw this diagram in your notebook very neatly. So carbohydrates. Carbohydrates main function is providing energy to the body. These are found in a food in the form of sugar and starch, that is simple and complex carbohydrates. Example, it is found in bread, potatoes, etc. Please make a note of this. Simple carbohydrates. These are also referred to as simple sugars containing single monosaccharide units and found in natural sources of food, that is milk, fruits and vegetables. These carbohydrates add certain sweetness to the food. They raise the level of blood glucose quickly but are easier to break down. So these are called as simple carbohydrates. Please make a note in your book, children. Complex carbohydrates. These are also referred to as polysaccharides, meaning they contain hundreds or thousands of such monosaccharides units. These are typically found in wheat grain, white bread, kernel and cakes. They are relatively less sweet than simple carbohydrates and also raise blood sugar level rather slowly. However, these are tougher to break down. Cellulose is present in plant cell wall. It is a complex carbohydrate. Humans cannot digest cellulose. Please make a note in your book, children. Now test to confirm the presence of carbohydrate. So here you have certain tests you can do in the lab, and you can find out the presence of carbohydrate. So the following steps are performed to test the presence of starch in a food item. Take a small quantity of the food item to be tested on porcelain tile. Dilute it with 2 drops of water. Put 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution on it. Observe the color of the food item. Change of color in the food item into blue, black indicates the presence of starch in the food item. So, the presence of starch in the food item is indicated due with the help of iodine solution. If it turns blue black, then there is a presence of starch. If it does not turn blue black, then there is absence of starch. So you have to write down this test to confirm the presence of carbohydrate in your notebook. Proteins. Proteins perform the very essential function of helping a body grow and repair itself. These are found in food items such as milk, pulses, eggs, meat, etc. Foods containing proteins are called body building foods because they help in tissue building, they help in muscle buildings. Therefore, we should include food which have high content of proteins. To test the presence of protein, what we do? We do the following steps. You take small quantity of the food item to be tested, grind the food item and powder it by mashing. Put the food item into a test tube, add uh, add drops of 10 drops of water into the same test tube and then add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution to the same test tube. So copper sulfate solution is blue in color. Now what happened? Add drops of caustic soda solution, that is sodium hydroxide solution. So what happened, and shake the test tube. Observe the color of the mixture. Violet color indicates the presence of protein in the tested food item. So here you are taking a help of two reagent in the lab, sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda, and copper sulfate solution. If the color of the food item which you are testing changes to violet color, then indicate the presence of protein. Please take it down in your notebook, children. Then fats. Fats are also responsible for providing energy to a body, as we have discussed. So in fact, they provide more energy than carbohydrates. So it is very important in a diet. The body uses fat as fuel source. Fats are essential for the absorption of vitamin A, D, E and K in the body. So if you are having vitamin A, D, E and K in the body, the presence of fats is extremely important because the body uses fat as a fuel source and also they provide energy, and fats essential for the absorption of all these. So the function of fats is extremely important in the body. So what are the food item which will give you fat? Butter, cheese, oil are all examples of fat rich foods, but you should have a proper diet. You should not be too much of fatty foods, then it will simply lead to weight gain. Next, test to confirm the presence of fat. So what is a test? Following steps are done to test the presence of fat. What you do, wrap the food item in a small piece of paper, crush the food item, wrap in the paper, straighten the paper, dry the paper by keeping it in the sunlight for a while, observe the paper. An oily patch on the paper indicate the presence of fat in the tested food item. So this is how you can also check the amount of oil or fat in your food with the help of this test. Please take it down, children, in your notebook. Now think about this. Jhalak knows that to make her favorite doklas, she needs some specific ingredients. These food ingredients contain some components which are needed for a body to grow, to build and repair tissues, and to regulate body processes. They are also converted to and used as energy. Some of the major components of food are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. What is the scientific word for these components? So you need to think about it. You're going to write the answer in your notebook. Take down this question and write the answer for this. Next, sodium hydroxide or lye is an inorganic compound. So with the chemical formula, you have NaOH. It is white solid, a highly caustic metallic base and an alkali salt. This chemical is used for various experiments. It is added to blue vitriol, also known as blue stone, in tests to check for the presence of proteins. Identify the chemical names of sodium hydroxide and blue vitriol. So you have to write the answer for this in your notebook. Remember, there are 7 components of a balanced diet. The 7 components of a balanced diet are carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber and water. So here we end with the session, children. Thank you and have a nice day.